Now, another Artful Living in Ohio with your host, Lisa Godfrey.
Today, we're at the home of Andrew and Chad in Northwest Columbus.
Lisa, hello. Good to see you again. Come on in.
Thank you so much
Welcome.
for having me. Andrew, your home is magnificent. Please tell me a little bit about
Thank you. It's a 200-year-old federal-style farmhouse, Saltbox, built in 1826. It was part of the Underground Railroad. It was part of a 5,000-acre sheep farm that basically went from the Olentangy to the Scioto River. And it's only seen about a dozen owners in its lifetime. And it's the original timber holding up the floors on each level. And used to be a tunnel out to the river in the front, in the basement, in the cellar, and a tunnel down to the next farmhouse. So it's a pretty historic home in this city.
You're so fortunate. Is this the original dining room?
It's not. Actually, the original dining room was added in 1925, 100 years later. So we decided, because we entertained quite a bit, to move the dining room in here so we'd have more room to serve and have a great dinner party. And there are two fireplaces in the living room because the living room was divided in half.
Andrew, I see something that I really want to talk about. I know that this piece has to have a story.
It does. So these are old horse barn gates that we found at the Springfield Extravaganza. And when we found them, I was in love with them instantly. Chad always says, where are they going? And I say, I have no idea. So in my life and collecting things, I like, if something likes you and you like it, you should have it and then figure out where it goes. This is an artist up in Michigan, in Saugatuck. There are a lot of local artists in our home, quite a few from the Sharon Weiss Gallery and others downtown in the Short North. And the piece over in the dining area is a Maurice Hague that I found at a Worthington garage sale for $5.
I think that this home is perfect for people that want to collect art, but they don't know what to do with it, or they don't think they can mix it with their style.
Thank you.
This room is gorgeous. Please tell me a little bit about this room and how you are mixing the artwork and antiques.
Great. So this is the original dining room that we moved out. So we now call it the north-facing drawing room, which is basically a room that we have cocktails in during, especially during the winter when we're indoors a lot. The grandfather clock is older than the home. It's from Bath, England. It's about 270 years old and has a single hand with quarter marks between the hours, which I think is so interesting. I like the juxtaposition of how old that is compared to the new piece we had commissioned by an artist from Indianapolis, and Chad's favorite color is blue. So they sent all these samples of blue glass, and it's all shards of glass that he fuses together, and he calls it a boat. So I love the difference of age of those. And then with the artwork, there's Boy with Bubble, that's a very old piece from Chicago, compared to the tulip up there, which is a very new piece. And the whimsical piece across the room, I love in this room too, with the kind of cartoon houses. I find very interesting. It's just happy, and it's again one of Chad's favorite pieces.
Andrew, please tell us about this amazing room.
So this room was added actually in 1980. The back door was over there to the kitchen, and we bought a barn up on Orange Road north of Columbus and had it stripped down, and then we redid this whole room in Barnwood. This is our kind of where we hang out a lot. Our TV's in here. It's where our Tony and Gatsby, our greyhounds, live. Boy and girl that are they're rescue greyhounds, and we're happy to have them in our life. I love creatures of all kinds. For instance, the stag up there was sitting on its side in an antique store, and I felt bad for it because I said, just hang that up. And so I got it really cheap, and I put him up. I'm not into killing animals, but I really like him here, and I feel like he overlooks the manor.
I noticed something interesting up here.
Yeah, so those are Asian doors I turned sideways and put them on old car jacks to make the railing. And the nice thing is you can unhook it and take it down to get stuff upstairs you need to.
Andrew, what a cozy, comfortable patio. Tell me how you and Chad use this.
We entertain out here a lot, and we live out here from the first day it's warm till it's just too cold to sit out here, and then it zips closed so we can roll down the canvas and close it up, and then it becomes my workshop at Christmas time. I can bring everything out here and have it out of the house while I'm putting Christmas together. I think you'd really enjoy if I take you on outside. There's a lot to see.
I am so excited about what I'm seeing already. This is stunning.
Thank you. There's a lot to see. We've done a lot of work on this property over the years. This building was the old two-car garage built in the 40s. It's our most recent renovation, which is the solarium.
Oh my goodness. How do you use this room?
So it houses all the plants in the winter, and in the summer it's just kind of a summer room with a few plants. And then a lot of pieces that I've collected, like the statue of Jesus that probably came out of a graveyard. And this elephant, one of my favorite pieces in our whole collection. It's an Indonesian planter that came, I believe, from Java.
It just keeps getting better.
Well, it goes on and on, doesn't it?
Yes.
So this is the pool area. We've done a lot back here as far as plantings and getting things to grow. When we bought this house, there was a lot of weeds, a lot of poison ivy, and we spent a couple of years at least cleaning it up and began putting in the boxwood. I put in about 250 boxwood the first year we lived here to start making the hedges, but then we really wanted a shady spot at our pool, which most people don't want, but we kind of created some shade over in the eating area and a sitting area, and then there's still sun over here, some shade when you want it, and it's a great place to entertain. It's a great place just to be.
How about these planters?
So these are some of those things that I take into the solarium. So these, we have a wagon that we have to slide these over, because when I bought these, they were this big, these agaves. And now they'll grow to the size of their pot. We've had them about 12 years or so now. And so these all, and several of the other plants out here, all go into the solarium for the winter. And then we drag them out in the spring and get them all back happy.
Do you have the green thumb?
I do.
Okay.
No, Chad's a great cook, but I'm the gardener.
Okay. I see something that I definitely want to talk about. Tell me about this beautiful piece.
Oh, so this is it's called a Juliette Balcony. The metal piece came from Paris, probably from the early 1800s. And then when I found it, the gentleman had the stone piece cut to make the top. It takes 3 of us to lift the top off and to move this thing. It weighs a ton, but it's been the best bar. I love it against the pool house, and it has such a great history.
When you saw it, did you know exactly where it was going to go?
I never know where anything's going to go. It loved me, I loved it, we have it. The pool house, when we bought the property 20 years ago, this building was also kind of rack and ruin. Actually, raccoons lived in it. So we gutted it basically, but it was a freestanding building. And now we have 2 showers, sink and commode in the dressing room, and then we have a wet bar area, fridge, and of course art. Because there's art everywhere in our lives.
I think I know who did this.
It's a local artist, Paul Emery, and I got it at the Sharon Weiss gallery many years ago. I love the dog kind of laying in the corner and the fishing poles, and I love the colors and the swirls.
I noticed something about your home. There are doors everywhere.
Yes.
Is this what I'm seeing here?
It is. So these are Indonesian doors. I'm just obsessed with doors. I don't know why. I guess because they mean come in is how I look at it. But I love them as art, and I wanted to break up this white wall. And I polyurethane them every year, and then I just set them here, and they're protected underneath. And at night they're just kind of I love the shadow that comes through the door. All right, come on through. So we acquired this property 15 years ago because our property line used to end at the gate we just came through. And there used to be a little small garage back here that was turned into a home that had no insulation. So we tore it down, and we also play croquet here a lot.
I was just going to ask you if you did.
We get out lawn furniture, and the little building over there kind of houses furniture for out here, tables, chairs, croquet set, pots, extra dirt when you need it, and then we play croquet on the lawn, and we do it English style. We all wear white, and it's a wonderful time.
What a wonderful day.
So we put this garage up about 8 years ago. We had a great designer who I worked with who really understood me, and the builder was so awesome at doing anything I asked. So he found this beam for me, which I love, on the porch. I found garage doors in Chicago that I didn't realize weigh 1,000 pounds each till they got here. They're solid wood. We had to have a commercial guy come in and put the springs in because they're so heavy. But I love how this building turned out, and we have a 900 square foot studio upstairs, which I want to show you now.
Can't wait to see it.
I love stacked art, and I love black and white, so I did the stairwell in that. And the railing is lightning rod running through plumbing fixtures.
All right, I don't even know where to start. Please.
Yeah. It's something. I plan when I finish. I've been a choreographer for 42 years, choreographing shows, and I choreograph furniture as well in my life, and I love moving things in and out, but eventually I plan on having my own business here. So this is I call the studio. This is stuff I'll move in and out or collect it and know that one day I'll move on to clients or friends. If I see something I love, I get it, and then I'll decide later where and what and how and why.
You do, and everything goes together perfectly.
Thank you. And then our friend, we have a good friend who teaches weaving at the Cultural Arts Center. He's a master weaver, and he lives in a carriage house and doesn't have the space for a loom. So we offered him the end of the studio. All right, so here's where our friend Scott weaves, and he's just finishing a project now. These are gentlemen's handkerchiefs that he's making that are on the loom as we speak, and you can see the warp getting ready to finish. So he's just finishing up this project.
And it looks so difficult.
Yeah, I don't even understand it, except that he does make us really nice things. So this is the building they call Garage Mahal.
It's your magical backyard.
Well, I thought it'd be neat to just come down to the ravine and look back at the property, because it's a very cool historic home in Columbus, and we feel very fortunate to live here.
Thank you so much, Andrew, for having us into your artful home, and please thank Chad for us.
It was our pleasure. We loved having you here.
Great. Thank you, and we'll see you next time.